Welcome back to Afterlife episode 57 now. We've finished the forest project, so what I'm working on now is I just picked up my 6 tools digest and I've got 20 literature fragments getting crafted up. We made a bunch of black paste recently and we are taking 4 stacks of paper, so 2,000 paper to make 20 literature fragments. It's a lot of work, but a lot of time. But those literature fragments are absolutely worth it in the long term. Sad thing is it takes 10 to make any one of the missing books from the volume sets. But from the regular crafting magazines, the most expensive is Forge Ahead at 5. The rest are all 2 or 3 magazines only. It's definitely in my interest to kind of finish most of those up before trying to finish off any volume sets. But if you're one away and the bonus is worth it, yeah, it might be worth it to spend 10 points on one of those. But as we look at the perk books, Tech Junkie is done. We are one away on like Great Heist and Pistol Pete, Hunter's Journal, Machine Gunner. There's a lot of them that are closer than I thought. Bar Brawling is done. Spear Hunter is one away. I'm using the spear on a regular basis, increases attack speed by 10%, and kills with spears refill your stamina. That would be an incredibly smart thing to do to finish Volume 5 of Spear Hunter. And if we're going to be heading to the desert soon, I think that's one of the smartest things that I could do. Volume 5 Spear Hunter. Only takes 9 seconds to finish, but we've got this huge queue ahead of it. I could absolutely stop that queue and then get back to it. But you know, I'm not actually worried about it for now. Now, with the Tools Digest, I'm going to go ahead and read those. We've just unlocked Iron Tools. If I'm going to the desert, 2 things are going to be needed. One, I'm going to have to go mine lead. And probably more nitrate for that matter, but especially lead. And I don't have a regular pickaxe anymore. The bronze one broke, and instead of making a new one, I figured it was time to kind of get into that next class, which we just did with those books. But also, I've got, what, 5 treasures to go dig up, locate, and I want to go deep into the desert to hopefully get all 5 of them located within the desert, so you get the loot stage bonus and all of that. So the way those maps work, oh, they're in the bike, not up here. Anyway, when you read the map, not just having it, but it's when you read the map that the treasure is randomly generated somewhere on the map at that time. And it's in a perimeter. It's a circular perimeter around you in your present location. So if we do it in the forest, there's a chance that 1 or even 2 of those treasures will wind up in the desert. The other 3 are guaranteed to be in the forest. Or just about guaranteed, right? Odds are very high that they'll be in the forest. The odds are pretty good that 4 out of 5 would be in the forest. The odds exist that all 5 would be in the forest, and we'd have just the loot stage that we have now. Now, we've already covered this earlier about loot stage, and it's risen quite a lot. I was at about a 50 or a 52 when we had this similar conversation about loot stage. It's up to a 67. That's the other thing about what I've just done. And my game stage guaranteed will have gone up quite a bit. Even though I'm still sitting on 8 deaths, 2 back-to-back, and otherwise, you know, it's all we've had in many, many weeks, 2 back-to-back in the same day or same episode anyway. I think I got a little reckless on that second one, but game stage is up to 83, and that has risen a fair bit as we made our way quickly through the second half of town, largely because I went loot room to loot room for most of them. And so we got the biggest wave and toughest zombies that each POI had. So there was a lot of ferals. There was a few rads. And in my reckless abandon, I didn't die. I didn't die once. We had a couple close calls where things got a little tight. And almost all of that was my own doing. Besides Haven Hotel, I did not do things carefully. That was the one, as a tier 5, that I was pretty cautious with. We're up to 3,900 kills now, with just the 8 deaths. I mean, I'm doing solid. That's what, almost 500 kills per death. I'm doing pretty good. The pros, of course, wouldn't have any, but I mentioned at one point during the beginning of this that I'd say I'm better than average as a 7 Days to Die player, but I'm absolutely, without a doubt, not anywhere near the elite category. There are some really, really outstanding players, but I figured that this sort of playstyle is way more helpful, because I only see two sort of playstyles when it comes to 7 Days to Die content. Total noobs who struggle like crazy, die constantly, might have some of the tips and tricks that they've picked up from the elite players who have the big channels that just play for a living, and they play this game a lot more than I do. Even with 4 episodes a week, they play it way, way, way more than I do, and I hadn't played it for a number of years. I took a pretty long break from this game. Anyway, at level 25 and game stage 83, the game's getting tougher, but it's far, far from those higher levels. It's taken me a good while to get where I'm at on this, but you know, we've got good stamina buffs, we've got good health buffs. Food and water are hanging in there right now. 250 is the max, and we are definitely not at those levels, so I'll probably need to eat something before we head out. But anyway, loot stage just about triples when you go into the desert. So if we drive quite a ways into the desert and then open 5 maps, there's a very good chance that all 5 of them will be located within the desert and get that triple loot stage bonus, meaning we'll get a significantly better haul. So I need lead to make ammunition. So before I really get into all the POIs of the desert, it's not too hard to go digging or mining in the desert. The POIs are where you're going to face most of the zombies. We can handle the basic ones. So we are going to be making a trip to the desert with this episode. Ooh, sounds like it's dawn. Yes, it is. So it's time to get out there. First off, let's get a little more food. We'll take 5 of those because, yeah, they're only going to stack to 10. I'll eat a little something. I'm going to shut this off so it's not wasting away. And I've made some spikes too, so we're going to go do some repairs to our exterior. The shovel was something that I wanted to have before getting out there. And we just read the books. What's it going to take to make that iron shovel? That's an okay quality. 16 wrought iron ingots. I can do this. I have 9 right now. Okay, well, I need 7 more wrought iron ingots. Right now I have enough to craft 5 of them. We'll get our iron shovel here soon enough for digging those treasures. Very helpful. But I also need one thing more, don't I? Not a big supply of iron, but I had some iron scraps that I picked up from scrapping a lot of unnecessary items that we've been picking up this last week out in the world. So I'm one wrought iron and get away from the from the iron shovel. So this will give me an iron shovel. So that's good. What about an iron pickaxe? 20 wrought iron ingots is not something I'm going to have anytime soon. I think we're going to have to go without that. We'll come back with a smaller quantity of lead for now to get some ammo made. And then while we're out there, we'll pick up more. And I'll have to pick up more iron along the way as well. 7 minutes is what I need. Cut back on that. Yeah, 3 minutes is fine. You'll get all this scraps and then most of the actual ore there. Now, if I'm going to go digging in the desert, that's one thing that's really obvious to me is I need some extra waters. spear's up to level 50 as we go to head out, and there's a couple zombies in the area. Don't like leaving them behind, making a mess, so go and take care of them. Before I head out, though, no, not a horde, just a couple of zombies. I only have 22 spikes right now, but make our way around and see how many we can fill back in. I went through 4 of them, just like that. Alright, that is our iron shovel picked up. I've got a couple little things to put away. And we are going to head to the desert for the first time. 24 drinks in all. Now the question becomes, we already know where we have nitrate, but nitrate's not what I'm looking for. It's going to be lead. The question becomes, what's the quickest way into the desert consistently, as we're going to be going in consistently. Right now I want to see if this road goes straight into the desert, because that can be a very easy way to find yourself going in and out of the desert. Definitely a stronger horde than some of the chemicals. Soldiers. I think I see one of the jacks back there. A lot of construction zombies anyway. Just the basics. Do not yet have the stamina refill, and you can see how stamina is starting to become an issue. There's our first contact. These guys. Okay, forge ahead. Already making this worth it. 5 literature fragments worth. And as expected, this road does go straight into the desert. In fact, we've got an outpost right there at the entrance. Okay. Immediately we are overheating. In case something happens, I would like to follow the road. At the same time, it's going to get us locating a town that we will want to travel to in the future. Thinking we're about far enough into the town here, probably, or far enough into the desert, that is. The town itself doesn't matter at all for this, but oh yeah, that's far enough in. I doubt we'll get any this far over. Possible, very slim chance. I mean, we're looking at probably a 95% chance that anything would be in the desert. Suppose it would help if we take them out. We've got one from Taylor, one from Stefan, one from Sarah, one from Raphael, and one from Claude. Here's where it triggers when you hit accept. Oh, there's one. Okay, moment of truth. There's one to the southwest, one to the west, one to the north, one to the northeast, and one to the east. This is the only one that may, depends on how far that forest goes. All right, we've been to there, and I think it becomes desert right on that north side, so we're probably pretty good. And from the pattern here, I think we want to start with the southwest one and just work our way around, because this brings you back towards home. So we're going to head southwest first. Let's also, because right now, yeah, the map's not showing that I've found town. Let's make sure that it is showing that we've found town. We will take a little detour to grab a forge ahead. Scavenging up to 71. By the way, hold on. What is that loot stage looking at now? Game stage has gone up a lot, but loot stage up to a 170. Yeah, big jump. Big jump. direction I need to be going. Let's make sure that it is. And yes. Okay, we are headed right towards, well, almost right towards, a little bit to my right here. It does look like we have some hills beyond that we're going to have to keep an eye out for. There's a bridge up to the right. Looks like we've found another town or city of some kind back here. Let's check in once again. We're past it. Let's get far enough to get this on the map, though. We'll cross the bridge, head around the outskirts, and then divert the direction we need to go. And we're not right into town, so we're gonna go this way. Fuel's low, but I've got a fuel can, mostly full. By the way, my iron shovel came out with 1100 quality, but the max durability is decent at 763. Now these can take a while to find. We've done one. I lucked out that it was in the desert. .4 power attack is 33.6, so I can use 44 or I can use 33. So we are going to power attack our way through this desert. We're working quick. We've narrowed the circle down quite a few times already. I don't think it's going to take me too long to find. Okay, looks like we're starting to find the other outer edges, which means we're going to have to dig down. With the help of coffee, this has been a pretty quick project, and we are so close to it right now. And there it is. And we're in for the first one. Almost 10,000 dukes, a bunch of ammo, and means to make some ammo too, so. Got ourselves some attention here though. There we go. Finding a small middle of nowhere POI, I think it's too tempting to pass up. Remember, we do have a higher loot stage here, so we might actually pull something decent out of this place. Just know that it's all ferals. There's a loot bag. Get 1 to 4. And 4 is plenty often. Surprised that only one of these two was a feral. And yet having a tier 1 loot. What did we just pull? A steel sledgehammer. Oi! Freaked me out. Didn't expect to see her there. It was a regular zombie. Easy enough to deal with, but I got the jump scare. Don't need the coyotes. Okay, how much further do we need to go? Oh, it's a good ways for the next one. So we're gonna roll right through this little town. Just a marker out from here. In fact, I think what I want to do is... it's one of these guys. Okay. Little western village out in the desert. Now these are good desert towns to start in. It's all lower tier kind of stuff. And lots of them. Alright, how are we looking? Headed straight for it, but we gotta go around the pass right there is gonna be tricky. Get a little head start by going up to there. Come on, come on, come on. There we go. Again, right next to a POI that's going to be probably too tempting to avoid. Depending on how long this takes to dig up, we might want somewhere to stay for the night anyway. At least this time I'm finding the sand definitely goes down a bit further. So we might not actually have to pull out the iron pick this time. Shovel's only 11. Oh, come on, it's Horde Night. Minutes. I got it 56. We're a long ways away from our base though, aren't we? There. Okay, we found it. Okay, we had to speed that one up. What did I get? Another 9,000. Leave them. Let's go. Never mind the POI. Pretty sure this is the direction I need to go back to. Here's the thing, folks. We've traveled a good distance to get out here, so the Horde Night to come could be tricky. We've gotten 2 of 5 treasures. With 3 more, nothing's happening to them. They'll be fine. They're not going anywhere. Just gotta have the memory. I'm heading into a weekend myself here, so I gotta have the memory to come back to it later. Sure, I've gone the right way. Go this way for a second. Okay, I am going the right way, it's just the road. That was the right road. The road just kind of slinks around a little bit. There's our edge. In fact, I've done that POI right there. US Fire Post 41. What was that post to see in the city? Oh, I think I'm halfway through that timer. It's about 8 o'clock. Okay, there's the road. There's the road. Okay. We're very close. We're close to home. Ah! No, 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 no. Come on. Drive out, drive out, drive out. Drive out. You can do it. You can do it. I need this to get over to the base. I mean, not desperately, but... found the house. Front position's still a bit damaged. I'd like to turn both of these into concrete, but I have a feeling Horde Knight's going to start before I get that chance. Suppose I could upgrade this one. Ah, there it is. Oh, I put the concrete mix away. I quick moved things over. Wow. Ooh. Back there. getting up. First loot bag of the night. I didn't want to take a shot at me, but brought that one down. Another loot bag from a soldier, but it's still a regular loot bag. Get a lot more soldiers tonight. I don't remember getting very many of them in previous ordinance. Shots at me. I think they are out. A lot of them up this front side. Oh, lag. Fly straight on through. Ooh, 600. Definitely taking a worse beating tonight than it has the last couple of weeks. Pops up here, not a good time to go away to kill stunners, but gotta do what you gotta do, right? I flip. What I've had for a long time. I've constantly got zombies coming at me. It's not here and there. It's not little breaks. It's been constant. First time, gotten up to over 1,000 on the defenses. And then kind of try to jump up and it's holding them up. Okay. Why didn't it fire? It has ammo and it's not broken. Stoners seem to like run out of stamina or something. They're starting to walk and fog has set in, so we are into a new day. Fortnite is done. We have survived. It definitely got tougher though, as I had a more continual stream of zombies. Inside. No sign of anyone inside. Front line for a little bit beat up there. Oh, nope, it's still there. It's been there the longest. We need to get that one before it disappears. It only lasts for 20 minutes. The night is, what, 6 hours? It's about 12-14 minutes. Another week back. Considering we, what, picked 1 up, 2 up during the night? I've grabbed the 3rd one. There's 3 more. 6 loot bags for the night. Well, really 5 for the night, 1 for the morning. Not the greatest haul, but it does go to show just how much more consistent the zombies were coming at me tonight. and how much more consistent I was in actually being able to kill them. Scrap that, scrap those. Scrap it all. There is some repairs to do. But that's it for the Horde Night, and that's going to be it for this episode. So we have gone to the desert. We've created our first couple of tools. There's more to do, especially for that iron axe that we want to get into. But I'm going to need some iron for that iron axe, as I don't quite have enough. I'm going to need some coal for the furnace, as I don't quite have enough. So we've got projects going on, but of course we still have 3 more treasures to go and find, and I want to use some of the payout from that to spec into shotguns. Well, I had mentioned that I didn't want to go to the desert because I knew a Horde Night was going to be coming relatively soon, and then we go into the desert and instantly get hit with Horde Night. But we successfully located 5 treasures. We went and retrieved 2 of them and got back in time and had Horde Night, and that was a success as well. So no harm done. We found some desert towns, so we know some of the areas we're going to be going, what we're going to be doing in the not too distant future. Next up, well, we've got 3 more treasures to go get. Between the treasures and the Horde Night, we also came out with a lot more ammo than what we had, so the sudden shortage of ammo is not so short anymore. So progress is definitely being made in a number of ways. We got half a level towards our next perk point through the night. Workstations, I've got a cement mixer and chemistry station to get into here pretty soon. The harvesting tools, yeah, the iron pick we need to make, claw hammer I need to make, a ratchet wrench I need to make. So there is a lot to do. And let's see, rifle wise, 35. No, we're not even into the next rifle yet. We're gonna end up looting a better one before too long. Cooking, nearly done. 2 recipes left to unlock. Medical, looks like 6 more books and we'll be done there. We are already done with farming. Vehicles, getting close. However, it's 100 till it gets done, so we still have 30 to go. Tailoring at 29. The next backpack comes in at 37. Okay, not too far away. We've unlocked the next medium backpack, but I think it does come with penalties. And we have unlocked the scrap pack, which I'm sure allows us to carry a lot, but also slows me down. So, bit of a trade-off. Anyway, books are suddenly progressing right towards that level of really being there. We're getting into those final stages. And what about attributes? Strength 70, fortitude 52, finesse is 64, almost 65, agility 26. Gained 1 level in that in the longest time. Intellect 66. Intellect 43, perception 66. So we still have a ways to go here. Definitely not top it out there yet, but we are becoming more and more formidable by the day, and we're starting to grab some really good loot again, and I think we're going to be okay in the desert. So we're starting to get into the later stages of this one, even though there's wasteland and more beyond. We'll see if we go past desert or not. That's going to do it for this episode, though. I'm Decathlon Gamer. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Have a good one. Be safe out there. Bye for now.